MEPHUB is a procurement platform for contractors that organizes the entire procurement process for a job. In MEPHUB, you build a single order that can include materials, rentals, subcontractors, and assets. Once submitted, MEPHUB automatically routes each item to the correct vendor based on its category. Instead of sending multiple emails, calling vendors, and tracking quotes manually, MEPHUB organizes the entire procurement process from a single order. It's procurement orchestration. MEPHUB organizes the chaos of procurement so contractors can focus on building instead of chasing vendors and orders. In this video, we'll walk through how to create and submit a new order in MEPHUB. From the top navigation menu, click Orders, then select Add Order. This will open the order creation screen. Start by selecting the job site from the drop-down menu. Once selected, MEPHUB automatically links the order to the correct project, so all materials, quotes, and purchase orders remain organized with that job. Next, confirm the date needed for the materials. Then choose the delivery location, such as job site, or another delivery option depending on how the materials should be received. Before adding items, you can also choose how the order will be processed. Quote only sends the request to vendors for pricing, so you can gather quotes to build an estimate. The order is automatically placed on hold, preventing a purchase order from being issued while quotes are being collected. Once the order has been submitted and you're ready to proceed, simply release the hold and issue the purchase order to the selected vendor. Skip quote. Go to PO allows you to immediately issue a purchase order if pricing has already been established. Next, click Add Items. This opens the item entry window where materials, rentals, subcontractors, and assets can be added to the order. Subcontractor services such as trenching, core drilling, or asphalt repair can be requested just like materials, making it easy to coordinate equipment, materials, and specialty trades from one order. There are two ways to add items in MEPHUB. The first method is to search the catalog by simply typing the item you are looking for. For example, 1-inch EMT. If you need rental equipment, you could type forklift. MEPHUB will display matching catalog items in the preview box. From the preview list, select the item that matches the material or equipment you need and add it to the order. Once the item is added, you can adjust the quantity as needed. If you need to remove an item, simply click the Delete button next to the item and it will be removed from the order. The second method is to use the Smart Kit buttons located at the bottom of the window. Smart Kits provide quick access to commonly ordered groups of materials and allow you to quickly add frequently used items. Smart Kits include PVC, EMT, feeder wire, subcontractors, lighting, gear. Selecting one of these opens a pre-built catalog of items for that category, allowing you to quickly add materials without searching individually. For lighting and gear smart kits, you also have the option to route the order to either manufacturer representatives or electrical distribution project teams for pricing. This is especially useful during the estimating process. For example, if you need pricing on a lighting fixture schedule or a gear one line, you can choose the appropriate lighting or gear representatives and add them to the order. For certain catalog items, additional options may be available to provide more detailed information for vendors. If enabled in the catalog, you may see an option to add item details. This allows you to enter specifications or notes about the item if a formal document is not available. You may also see an option to upload a file, such as a fixture schedule, cut sheet, drawing, or specification sheet related to that item. These options can be enabled or disabled for each item in the catalog, depending on what information vendors typically need in order to prepare an accurate quote. Providing item details or supporting documents helps vendors better understand the request and can improve the accuracy and speed of the quoting process. If you need to remove an item, simply click the Delete button next to the item and it will be removed from the order. If the item cannot be found in the catalog, you can still add it as a custom item by selecting Add Items. Simply type the item description, such as a 4-inch Myers hub, and add it to the order. The system will display the item as no match, Custom item. In MEPHUB, a single order can include multiple types of procurement. For example, one order might include materials such as a 4-inch Myers hub. It could also include rental equipment, such as a warehouse forklift. You might also request an asset, such as a tugger. Even though these items are submitted together in one order, MEPHUB automatically separates and routes each request to the appropriate vendor based on its category. Material items are routed to the correct electrical distributors. Rental equipment is routed to the selected equipment rental vendors. Asset requests are routed to the contractor's warehouse manager. Subcontractor requests are routed directly to the subcontractor for pricing or scheduling. The same order could include subcontractor services, such as core drilling. Subcontractor requests can also include qualifying questions to gather important job details before the request is sent. For example, when requesting a core drilling subcontractor, the order may include questions such as, how many holes? What size are the holes? What are we drilling through? Pan deck, tilt wall, block wall, etc. If drilling through a wall, how high on the wall? Providing this information up front helps subcontractors better understand the scope of work and provide more accurate pricing and scheduling. If needed, you can include order notes. These notes are visible to vendors and can include special instructions or project details. You can also upload supporting files, such as drawings, specifications, or material lists that vendors may need when preparing quotes. Before sending the order, review the processing preview on the right side of the screen one last time. The processing preview shows the vendors and contacts that will receive the request for quote based on the items in the order. You will also notice the order is currently on hold. This is a workflow rule that can be turned on or off. To remove the hold and add the custom item to the catalog, select Edit Order. Next, select Create Item next to the custom item. This will open the Create Item from Custom screen. Start by entering an internal ID for the item. Then select the appropriate category, followed by the correct subcategory. Once the item is created, it will automatically be added to the catalog and will be available for future orders. The next step is to assign vendors to the item. Select the item to open the item detail page. At the bottom of the page, select Add Vendor Code. Choose the vendor, enter the vendor code, and select Add. The item is now fully added to the catalog, and vendors have been assigned so it can be properly routed in future orders. Before sending the order, review the processing preview on the right side of the screen one last time. The processing preview shows the vendors and contacts that will receive the request for quote based on the items in the order. Once everything looks correct, click the Submit Order for quotes. MEPHUB will then deliver each request to the appropriate vendors and begin the quoting process. Here's the MEPHUB order detail page, where the entire procurement process comes together. At the top, you see the full order: materials, rentals, subcontractors, and assets. Everything requested all in one place. Scroll down to the Quotes section. This is where vendor responses live. Quotes are grouped by type: materials, rentals, subcontractors, and assets, so you can compare vendors side by side on price, availability, and completeness. For each vendor, you can see quote status, quantity fulfillment, inventory and back orders, percent of the order quoted, and total pricing. This gives you a clear side-by-side comparison without opening emails or attachments. As quotes come in, MEPHUB surfaces the best option based on price and availability, so you're not digging through emails or spreadsheets. When you're ready to award, click Create PO and MEPHUB turns that quote into a purchase order instantly. To review issued POs, click the POs tab. Here you'll see vendor, status, quantities, and totals with full visibility into each order. You can also view PO details directly next to each item in the Items section. After the vendor confirms the order, the foreman will receive an email notification asking them to receive the items and record any issues such as shortages, back orders, or incorrect items. If issues are reported, the vendor will automatically be notified. The Orders page tracks order progress in the status column, showing stages such as on hold, open, quotes received, PO sent, PO confirmed, received, and received partial. All orders are automatically organized within the job, making it easy to track materials, rentals, subcontractors, and assets for each project. With MEPHUB, the entire procurement lifecycle is managed from a single order, from requesting materials to routing vendors, comparing quotes, issuing purchase orders, receiving materials, and tracking order status. MEPHUB organizes the chaos of procurement so contractors can focus on building. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing and processing your orders.